Hey everybody, I am Sean from UmadBrofilms. I'm 21 and I do pretty much most of the online presence, so if I comment back to you, it's probably me. At the same time, I do a lot of the editing for our group. Nate as well does a lot of the editing too.
Hello, I'm Rico and I'm 21 and I'm Annotation Man.
I'm Nate, I'm 23, I'm tech support, run all the gear and all that.
My name's Lucas, I'm 21 and I'm the talent.
We were asked who officially is part of UmadBrofilms. To give the short answer, officially people who are part of UmadBrofilms are me, Luke, Nate, Nick, or Rico, Josh, and Tim. And the core group of us, though, is just me, Luke, Nate, and Rico. And that's where most of our videos are going to come from, is just us. It started as a project with me and Nate as directors, and then Luke, Tim, Rico, and Josh as actors for machinimas. We were going to do machinimas. And then we did one, which was the In Love with the 80s one, and that kind of, we didn't do anything for 7 months. And after that 7 months, me and Nate were like, we haven't filmed anything in a while. And Nate said, I have this chum gun from Saints Row that I really kind of want to show off. So we got online, we played about, what, 2-3 hours of Saints Row and then cut 20 minutes out of it, of just messing with the chum gun. So after that, I watched the video at least, and I thought our commentary was a little dull, and so I invited Rico to come over to our site to work with us because, you know, he's been our friend since, well, my friend since kindergarten. So his site was kind of inactive. He wasn't doing much. He had started Half-Life and then he kind of gave up on it a little bit. So I invited him to come over and join UmadBrofilms, and I think he brought a lot of energy to us. And then Luke saw what we were doing, he liked our videos, and he wanted to be part of it, which opened our doors to do it in 4-player Let's Plays, opened our doors to doing more competitions. He buys a lot of games, so, you know, we got more of the newer games because he was buying them. And so that's how Luke helps us.
Well, I met Sean in kindergarten. That's like, what, 4 years old?
Oh, I met Rico and Sean in 1st grade.
I decided to go to this orgy I heard about. We all just hit it off from there.
And me and Nate met because of an airsoft party that, you know, I was friends with Tim in Japanese class, and so we went to an airsoft party in Nate's house.
Okay. I'm a student at UPS currently, and I don't have any part-time jobs or anything, but I'm just a full-time student. I'm studying general business. I'm a general business major, and I'm minoring in philosophy.
Currently, I'm working as a tutor for Mesa. Tutor K-12 students in math, engineering, science, and help get them ready for college.
I'm a game tester with VMC. I'm not going to school right now. I'm hoping to start my bachelor's in September.
I am a full-time college student at a community college going for computer science. Other than that, I'm unemployed and looking for work.
My first console was Super Nintendo. And after that I got the 64. And that was my own console. The other one was my brother's.
My first console would have been the let's see, Atari XE. It's not a very common Atari, but I don't know, it had all the good ones like Frogger and I guess Pong. I don't know, I played Super Breakout on it though.
My first console was the Super Nintendo, I believe.
the Super Nintendo, and I think the first real game that I really wanted for it was Kirby All Stars. And that was probably my favorite game on it.
Well, I first started on my the Rico Games channel, and I wanted to do that because everyone else was making some Let's Play, and I wanted to give it a try. But as you can see from my channel, it's not exactly the most active, so I'm glad I'm on here.
I didn't really want to start a YouTube channel because, I don't know, the guy suckered me into it. I regret it every day.
I wanted to start YouTube with you guys because it was really interesting, and you guys seem to play games as much as I do, so it seemed like a good idea.
We started YouTube because we had done a lot of live action stuff in the past, and we posted that, and then we forgot our password, and we wanted to do some more videos. So we want to do gameplay videos because less work for us to get a script, less work editing, I guess, and it kind of just spitballed. We had originally planned this to be a griefing channel, so griefing for Halo multiplayer matchmaking, griefing for Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, stuff like that. But as you can tell, we still haven't gotten around to it. But that's why we were named UmadBrofilms at the start.
Biggest inspiration on YouTube? For this channel, I think We Like to Play, or Rewrite to Pray. They're a 4-man Let's Play group, and I think they're a good inspiration for this channel.
Okay, so one of my biggest inspirations when starting this, or like right before we started this, I started watching a lot of We Like to Pray. Me and Rico were sending videos back and forth of them. And I don't know, they were just really good because they were a 4-man group, they're pretty funny, they do a lot of Let's Plays, but they do a lot of Nintendo Let's Plays. So yeah, that's what we were trying to do when we started this.
My favorite episode of South Park would have to be, well, where Stan meets the Mormons, and they go back and tell the story of Joseph Smith. Every time I hear that, I'm like, really? Really? You guys believe that?
I can only think of the latest one, which is the Jew Capra episode. That one was pretty funny.
My favorite episode of South Park is the one where they say shit on TV, and that's the word of curse, and they say it so many times that people start dying, and they have to go through, find these Viking guys. That's my favorite episode.
My favorite South Park episode is probably when Cartman made Scott Tenorman eat his parents in bullet chili. Trying to get the horse to eat his penis. That was pretty funny.
If I could only play 3 games, they would be Fallout New Vegas, because of all the content. It'd be Skyrim, because they have dynamic changing quests, where, you know, it's always like, if you haven't found this area yet, here's a quest, go to it, and they have hundreds of areas. And then, if I had to pick a multiplayer game so I'm not completely cut off from everybody, I would pick Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. That's the only Call of Duty game I really got into. I still didn't get that into it, but I would pick it over Battlefield.
That's it.
I would play Devil May Cry 3 and Mass Effect 3 and Skyrim.
Minecraft for sure. Love Minecraft. Probably spent about 200 hours on it already. I've only had it for like a year and a half. Other than that, I really don't care.
3 games I'd play would probably be Battlefield 3, Mass Effect 3, and any one of the Resident Evil series games.
My favorite junk food drink combo would be either Guinness and Pub Mix, or just Coke and jalapeno chips.
Nachos and Sprite.
My favorite drink food combo would probably be either Mountain Dew or root beer and pizza.
Pub mix is like trail mix, but like the badass version of trail mix with all the goodies and none of the nuts and raisins and M&Ms.
For drink, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, same difference. You know, store brand of those two, whatever. As far as snack, I'd have to say one of my own creations, a toasted peanut butter and jelly and Cheeto sandwich. Toast bread, put peanut butter and jelly on it, then you put puffy Cheetos in the middle. It rules.
Oh, and it has rice crackers or osimbe if you're Asian.
The best out of the video games really depends on what we're playing, but I think it's probably a tie between me and Rico.
Best of game would have to be Luke. Rico would be a close second. And then there's Sean. And then, you know, I got their back way at the end. You know, make sure they don't get flanked. Or I stay back and they can spawn on me when they get killed up in the front lines.
I don't know, it's back and forth between me and Luke. It really depends on the genre. But I'll say me.
Let's see, who's the best at games in our group? I would have to say Luke's probably the best at games. But it really depends because we all have our specific genres. But overall, Luke would be the best. He adapts the best to different games, and he probably has the best first-person shooter score we've had.
I'd say Sean rages the most. Tim doesn't usually rage. It's we make too many jokes about his mom, and then he gets pissed off. But it's not usually related to the game.
In order, Sean and Tim. And then Luke, maybe.
I'd say out of the YouTube group, would probably be Sean, but if we're talking in general out of our friends, it'd probably mostly be Tim.
I would say I rage the most. I'm not going to lie about it. So, I think part of it has to do with the fact that back in the Halo 2 era, I was really good at video games. I was really good at Halo 2. I had a pretty high score in it. And then after that, I kind of stopped playing games. I focused on school a little bit more. And then I got back into it, and I wasn't that good. So whenever I play now, it's kind of like I have that competition mode on. Can't turn it off. I can't live up to what I used to be. Then I kind of get mad. So that's part of it.
I think it came down to a zombie apocalypse. I think probably Rico would die first, but I'd probably give him a chance. I'd go and get him since he doesn't have any guns. I'd probably go get him, at least try and give him a fighting chance. But I think it'd go Rico, Sean, and then probably me and Nate would be the last ones fighting because we'd probably get the most guns out of anybody in our group. Well, let's just be real. I'm fat, so if it came down to running, probably wouldn't be able to. That'd be my death, just because I'm fat and I can't run. At least not for long distances.
I don't know who would die first. I know I'd die last. Probably die because I'd be bashing too many zombie heads in and like get blood in my face and come through that blood transfer through the eyeballs and stuff. They don't show that on zombie movies much, but it's possible.
Well, everyone's saying Rico. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rico, but I have a little bit of reasoning why Rico would be first to die. So Nate has guns. Luke has guns. I don't have any guns, but the first thing I'm going to do is go find my girlfriend, which her dad has guns. He has, I think, shotguns and pistols. I gotta see the pistol on prom night, so that's kind of cool. And Rico has airsoft guns and blunt weapons, so he'd be first to die. I think I'd be in the throes of passion and love, and it would just get sidetracked by all the lovemaking I would have to do to repopulate the planet, and then a zombie would come out from the blankets. Give a crawl under the blankets and be like, "Rrr."
Bite your wiener off.
Yeah, bite my wiener off.
So I'm thinking me first because all I have is blunt weapons. I will say Sean first. After that, and then Luke, and then maybe Nate. But how I would die, I would probably be running away from a horde if we're talking about like 28 days later zombies. And then, I don't know, I'll do a cliche fall and die. Of them swarming on me, so.
So if I could be any Mass Effect 3 character other than Commander Shepard, I would be Thane. Because Thane is cool, and he's an assassin, and he does sweet tricks and cutscenes. And yeah, he does flips. And even though he's dying, he's a tortured soul, and you know I can relate. I can relate. I can write poetry.
I would be Garrus, so I can be the Mass Effect's Batman. Because you know when he's playing Archangel, that he's Batman. You know it.
Yep. Mass Effect. I'd be Lieutenant Commander Wolf, because he's a fucking Klingon. He kicks ass.
Well, since Rico went with Garrus already, I'd definitely be Legion. Just because he's a badass, even though he's cybernetic. But he's kind of got his own thing going on, so I'd probably be him.
My first job was a math tutor for a program called Mesa, where I helped out some students with basic algebra.
My first job, I was a drafter for a civil engineer. He'd give me the plans and I'd draft them up on AutoCAD on the computer.
Well, I've only had one job, and that's the game testing job, so still doing that. It's my first and only job.
First job, I was a GameStop employee, and it was seasonal. It didn't last long. It kind of sucked. They had me greet at the door the whole time.
My first game was Super Mario Bros. On the first Nintendo.
First game I played, I don't know, probably Bug Hunt on the Atari, and Frogger. I kicked some ass at Zaxxon.
First game I have ever played, probably Super Mario Brothers back on the Super Nintendo.
The first game I ever played was NBA Jam for the SNES. Sweet. Doing fire in my sneakers and slam dunks and sweet stuff like that.
Favorite new movies would probably be anything that has to do with zombies. So Resident Evil, Dawn of the Dead, 28 Days Later, that kind of stuff.
Shaolin Soccer. Let's see. I don't know. V for Vendetta. And Avatar.
I don't have a favorite movie. I like most movies. My current movie collection is about anywhere from 500 to 600 films.
Favorite movies would have to be, I have a lot of favorite war movies, so Saving Private Ryan's up there. But at the same time, I really like the Batman series that Christopher Nolan did. And for all you haters out there, I liked Inception.
Favorite musical artists probably be Disturbed, Metallica, Linkin Park. I have a lot. I'm not very picky.
Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, and a new one is Camelot.
I like most music. Currently, I'm on Michael Bublé, Queen, and Big and Rich. So pretty much a gamut. And like a little bit of Kanye right now.
Favorite music artists. I think my favorite artist that I keep going back to would be the Counting Crows. That's a really good group. And other than that, I like Frank Sinatra era, Billie Holiday, and me and Nate like Michael Bublé. So, what else? I know there's more. Nah, that's good enough.
Favorite gaming genre is totally first-person shooter. Second favorite I have to say was RTS.
I don't know. I like action adventure, like something like Uncharted.
My favorite genre would probably be first-person shooters. I've been getting into Battlefield a lot, so that's probably what I'd go for now.
And then I think my favorite gaming genre is action RPGs. So I don't like any of the Final Fantasies, but I really like Skyrim. I really like all of Bethesda's stuff. So.
You mad, bro?
I gotta take a shit!